get ready with me while I have to run some errands. My landlord's coming to get the air conditioner set up for me finally, because we're supposed to be hitting 90s today. So I texted him again. I was like, we're gonna hit 90s today. Not today, but this week. I said, is there any chance you could bring the AC? And so he's like, I could come by later today. So I have to do some chores anyway, because I have shit to organize behind me. I was trying to find what to wear for the show yesterday. I was going through my closet. Which either way, I have to clear some old stuff, because I've been losing weight and there's a lot of clothes that I don't even wear anymore because it's too big on me. Which is why I haven't put anything away, because I'm like, I gotta get rid of some stuff anyway. Today seems like the perfect day to do that, because either way, not that my apartment is messy or anything, but I've been focusing more on singing this week, and it does need a little bit sprucing up. What better day today since my landlord's coming, and I always want to make sure my place looks nice when my landlord comes, which is not often. I don't think he's ever come. Like, his mom has come over and his brother, because it's a family owned thing. They own this unit and the one upstairs. They came to remove the air conditioner back then. That was the last time they were here, so they haven't been here in a while. So I thought it'd be a good time to just get the stuff clean that I want to clean anyway. Kill two birds with one stone, sort of thing. Which usually Mondays is the day that I choose my vocal rest anyway. I choose a day where I just don't sing, don't practice singing, and it's usually after Sunday band. And we didn't have band yesterday, obviously, for obvious reasons, but the show went well. We had a lot of technical difficulties, and I didn't realize how bad it was until our teacher sent us a message today we have this app that we communicate in. He's like, this is one of the worst sound people I've ever dealt with. And he commended us because we powered through. We still, we did our thing either way, and we did the best that we could with what we were given. And also there was a last minute thing where, because originally we have a guest band that was going to join us, and they were going to go first, and then my Wednesday band was going to go, which was where I'm singing The Chain and Scar Tissue, and then the guest band was going to go again, and then we were going to go. The Sunday band was going to go. Literally last minute, they're like, first they said Wednesday band will go first, and then they're like, actually no, let's just do Sunday band. I'm like, okay. I did say I just kind of wanted to get it over with, and it's funny because my friend had just arrived, and I had gotten there with my bandmate and his wife, and we had sat down and we were had ordered food and stuff, because I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll eat something. I don't have to go on for a while anyway. And then they kind of switched that on us. I'm like, oh, as my food arrived literally minutes before I had to go on stage, which is fine, because I'm like, yeah, I have something to eat waiting for me when I was done. So I'm glad my friend made it on time, because I had first told her she didn't have to get there on time, but she did. And so we ended up doing Sunday band first, and I did good overall. I did mess up a little bit on the best. It was mostly, I was having trouble hearing the keyboard player, and when I practiced the song, I depended a lot on the keyboard to know when to come in, and so I messed that up a little bit, where I'm like, I didn't come in right when, and I just picked up where it was supposed to be. It was fine. I didn't make a big deal about it, and I didn't feel bad or anything. I was just like, oh, I just kind of laughed it off a little bit, actually. So that went well. But yeah, the microphones kept doing that feedback thing, and then some mics would be turned off. And when we started, our guitar player was having issues with his guitar during the first song they were playing, and it was right when his solo was gonna come on. and then his strap came loose, and then the other band, they started with Barracuda, and the feedback was becoming really loud right when she was going to start the vocals, so she had to, and then that made her lose her spot, because that song, you hear in Barracuda, like, dude, like that song is hard. And so she kind of struggled a little bit to find her place again. It seems like we had issues with every band in the beginning, and then with the other band, when we were going to sing The Chain, the keyboard didn't sound right how it was supposed to sound, even though it was set to the right program. So we're like, let's just go with it, like whatever, we just did it, like at that point. Not only did the show run late, because we didn't go on till almost 8:30, it was like 8:20 something, and then so our last band, like, we didn't go on till after 10 o'clock. So by then I was already over my stage fright, I was already like comfortable, so I was fine. It was like at the beginning of when we first went on that I was the most nervous, right? I just wanted to kind of get it over with, and I did, and it helped to just get it over with. And then I was fine like the rest of the day, and then by the time it was time to go again, I was good. I wasn't nervous, I wasn't anything, and we did good, and I didn't mess up the lyrics, so that's all I cared about. Oh, I got the hot pink eyeliner, which is it's a Chic Glam. It's from Chic Glam, because this is the one I originally got. It's from Maybelline Tattoo Studio, and I really like their stuff usually, but I feel like when I put it under my eye, it's not bright enough how I want it, and this one seems pretty bright. I don't know, we'll see. So I figured, why not try something. I'm gonna run some errands and get some stuff at the store. I'll probably go to Trader Joe's as well, and then I'll come back and clean up a bit. I still have laundry to do, like to finish doing, because I kind of started it and I've been more focused on music, so I sometimes forget I have like clothes waiting in the dryer or something. So now I have no excuses anymore. So now we're gonna start the new season, so now I gotta try to narrow down what songs. Like, I want to have maybe at least 2 or 3 songs that I want to do, so that, when it's my turn to choose a song or something, I have something ready. So I want to kind of solidify that. So maybe I will sing for fun later, but to music for the sake of listening to it without having to worry about practicing or anything. So probably be doing that in the car when I go to the store. But I woke up with a missed call and text message from my dad, which was interesting just because I'd recently been talking about him. He called me like 6 something in the morning. My dad's always been early bird. And so his text was like, hey, I miss you. We should get coffee sometime. Like, get back to me, let me know. And since I was already planning on going to go over there anyway, to the house, to get my husband's ashes and to get stuff, I was like, oh, well, I'll just solidify. I hadn't solidified a day to come with my mom yet. So I was like, well, that gives me the chance to solidify something with them. So I called him back and I was like, I was actually thinking of coming over because my mom had called me. He was like, I don't care about what your mom said. Like, he didn't say it in a rude way. He was just like, I'm saying I want to have coffee with you and I want to hang out with you. I was like, well, I'm just saying, like, because I'm going to be there. Would tomorrow work for you guys? For you? And he was like, yeah. So, my parents retired early. My dad runs a trucking business that my brother is like one of the drivers, and I think my brother's one of the drivers. I don't know if he still is, but he has some drivers that work for him. My mom retired from work a couple years ago because she injured her back at work, and she's been in chronic pain for a long time, and she's tired of working. So they made a decision for her to retire early, and you know, now they're selling our childhood home, so they're preparing that, which is why my mom asked me to come over to get stuff. But we'll see how it goes. I have really no expectations or anything, just gonna go with the flow and act accordingly, you know? Kind of like we did at the show yesterday with everything that was thrown our way. I think everyone did great. Like, despite all the crap that was like thrown at us, I feel like everyone did really good and everyone did their best. So I got some footage. My friend, I guess she forgot, or she didn't. She was like, I wasn't sure if you wanted me to record you. So like after the first performance, she's like, do you want me to record you? I'm like, sure, yeah, that would be great. So she recorded me with my second performance, but she didn't record the first performance. So I've been asking my group chat if anyone has footage of that performance, because I want to get footage of me singing the best. I want to see how that turned out. I feel like it kind of blacked out during that performance, to be honest, a little bit. I hadn't told everyone on Wednesday band that I had joined Sunday band, so not many people knew that I was doing that. And they were like, oh my god, I didn't know you were in Sunday band too. I told our drummer that I was leaving, that I wasn't coming back to Wednesday band, and she was like, I feel like she was kind of trying to guilt trip me into staying, because she was like, we're losing a lot of people. She's like, she was telling me this person's leaving, this because another vocalist and the guitar player, they're not gonna be coming back for the summer, because you know, our guitar player, she has kids and stuff, so I guess it's easier for her to stay, to not, you know, to do that. And then the vocalist is her friend, so like basically like if she doesn't wanna, if her friend's not gonna be there, like I guess she doesn't feel as comfortable being without her, you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, well, Sundays work better for me anyway, you know, like I was like, I'm not gonna stick around on Wednesday band. I just feel like Sunday band, I'm not hating on anyone at all or anything, but I just feel like Sunday band is the people, the dynamic is a lot easier, more my style than Wednesday band, you know. And the people in Sunday band, most of them that I've talked to, they are more like, they're interested in doing music and stuff outside of band. And it seems like Wednesday band, the people that come to Wednesday band, it seems more like a hobby to do for fun, to like get out of the house, to things like that. At least none of them have mentioned any interest in, like, I've mentioned that I write music and stuff like that, and no one has like mentioned that they do too. Like, whereas opposed to Sunday band, they've expressed that they also, this is something they want to do. This is something that, you know, they're interested in pursuing as well. It just makes sense, right? It makes sense to stick around with the band that wants to pursue this outside. That it just seems like the commitment is there. It's more, rather than the other band where we often have people missing, or people miss more often, or things like that. I want to have footage of both, and I want to post that on TikTok and stuff just to show. But we were having a lot of technical difficulties as well with the sound, but we still had a lot of fun, and people were supportive. Like I said, people were there to see us, to support us, so we had people cheering us on, even despite the technical difficulties or the things going wrong. you know, people were still cool about it. And there was a show happening downstairs. It was like a heavy metal show or something. It was the band, I know it was like a coven name. It was like a coven, it was like a witchy coven thing name. And you could hear, like, you could feel the music, like, on the floor, like boom, boom. You could hear, like, the bass and stuff. But it didn't disrupt our show at all, so it was good. It was good. And I like that venue. I like that the stage wasn't, like, raised. It wasn't a raised stage. It was, like, on the floor with everyone. And to me, that kind of feels less intimidating. But it's funny because I was talking to my other bandmate, and they're like, actually, to me, I prefer to have a raised stage. So it's interesting how different perspectives feel about it. But to me, it felt like less pressure that way than if I was, like, on a raised stage, you know? But I'll be glad not to have to go over the songs for a while. Like, sometimes we'll revisit songs, like, especially if we're close to a show coming up and we need some more songs, but we don't have time to learn a new song. We'll sometimes bring an old song back. So I'm not gonna completely dismiss not playing those songs again. Oh yeah, this one's way better. This is what I wanted, and that's not what the other one was giving me. Look at that. That's way better. The other one, it almost made it look like my eyes were red or something. Not red, but, like, you know, this looks better. I also have this, like, turquoise one that I like. I would love to get more colors, like a green. Green would be nice. Yeah, and my friend stayed for the whole thing. That was really nice, even though it, like, the show was running late and everything. And I didn't realize she'd taken the train there. And I was like, oh my god, I feel terrible. Like, I feel terrible for, like, not driving, because then I would have given her a ride. But I mean, she has a car too, but she prefers to do public transportation. She doesn't like driving in the city, which I don't blame her. I didn't want to drive to the venue myself because I was so nervous. You know, I was too nervous and too, like, with my astigmatism, and I was just like, I don't really want to worry about parking, which is why I was glad that someone offered a ride, because I was like, I was seriously considering an Uber or something, but I'm not well versed in public transportation as she is, but yeah, I feel like the most important thing is that people have fun when they're performing and stuff like that, and we definitely had a lot of that, you know. And the Sunday band went first, and then the other band went first. So essentially, our set was half an hour, then the other band's was almost an hour, but it kind of felt like it dragged because they had a lot more band members. They had to keep switching off. So, like, they had multiple bass players, multiple guitar players, they had, like, 2 vocalists, plus a male vocalist, too. So, like, who kept coming, like, so they had to keep in between songs switching, you know, which I'm glad we don't have that, because I feel like that would be more overwhelming for me. I'm glad that our band is, like, we have a bass player, we have, you know, we have 2 guitar players, we have 2 vocalists, we have a drummer, and a keyboard player. Because I hear about some schools that have so many people in their adult band that, like, people don't get to do much because of it, because they give everyone an opportunity to do their thing. But I'm glad that ours isn't like that. Which actually, our teacher wants to start a 3rd adult band. But right now he needs to fill in the spots for Wednesday band too, because he needs to replace the guitar player at least, or else he's gonna have to fill in for her. He normally fills in for whoever is missing sometimes, except for drums. He doesn't really do drums, but like piano or guitar, he normally will fill in. And he played with he did the solo and stuff for the Chain and Scar Tissue. So he was there with us performing, which I like when he performs with us. I don't know, it's fun. But we'll see how this next season plays out. It'll be summer, and I think there's gonna be a summer show. Like they have a house band, and the house band is gonna do shows like right outside the school on the sidewalk, because it's like in a very prominent corner that there's a lot of traffic. Like, it's a very busy street, so they're gonna be performing outside. And they're gonna have an event as well, I think like later this month or in July, I forgot, where he's gonna have some of the bands performing, and I think we might be performing. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm excited for whatever's in store. You know, like, I feel like yesterday showed me. Like, even with the little hiccups that came up and stuff like that, it's like, I don't know. I like the vibes. I've always loved shows. I've always loved going to shows. I've always been a fan of going to shows. So it makes sense that I would love to also do shows, because it's fun. And it's a good way to just unload things, you know? Like I said, I was feeling sad. I was feeling a little sad because I wish my husband were there. And it's like I had a space to just unload all of that in music, right? By just singing it, you know? And it helped. And then I got home and I was like still a little wired from everything, so I didn't go to sleep right away. So I didn't get home till like, it was almost like 11:30, because our last performance didn't start till like after 10 o'clock. So it was, you know, a lot, but it still went really well despite all of that. But once I have more footage of my performances, I'm gonna post them on TikTok and stuff, because I am proud of it. I'm proud of these steps I'm taking. I'm proud of how far I've come. You know, I'm still not where I want to be, obviously, but I'm putting myself out there. I'm improving. I can feel myself improving. And I'm getting to know people. I'm getting to meet people within the same community that also love to do the things that I love to do. Like, I was talking to my bandmate and his wife on our way to the venue, and I was telling them how I like to do my makeup. I showed them the makeup look that I have with the tears and stuff, and he was suggesting that we bring it up to the band for us to get into, like, coordinate somehow or whatever. I'm like, well, I don't know about that. I don't know if the band will be receptive to that, but I'm open to it. I'm open to suggesting it. I'm open to doing that. Like, I love doing makeup and stuff, so you don't gotta tell me twice. But, well, I told him, I'm like, even if it's just you and me doing stuff like that, and we'll lead by example, maybe that'll motivate everyone else too. because he seems to also want to get more serious about the music that he does, and he has performed and stuff live. Like he'll do like open mics and stuff, and he helped me see too that I don't have to take songwriting so seriously too, because he was like, here's a song about a moment in time, a moment with my wife where we got caught in the rain. Like it was just a simple thing like that he wrote a song about. I don't know, it was really cool. I was like, yeah, it could just be about a moment, like a simple moment that to any other person it could be insignificant, but to someone else, like that moment, like can inspire you, you know. That's like how artistry works, right? It's like a moment, a word, it doesn't have to be fancy or anything. Anything that inspires you to do something, to write about it, like, you know, it doesn't have to be so serious. It doesn't have to be about feelings, you know, especially if it's something that people don't feel comfortable with yet or something. It could be about your favorite moments. How do your favorite moments make you feel? How do your simple everyday thing, you know, like this doing makeup, like I love it. It's like, this is my meditation sometimes too. Like I feel like I sometimes get in a meditative state when I'm doing my makeup, and I'll sometimes get ideas while I'm doing my makeup, while I'm in this state, just listening to music. I'm usually listening to music while I'm getting ready when I'm not filming these. So like, you know, I say music speaks to me, and while doing that and being in my meditative state, like I've gotten some ideas or some reassurances, or, you know, I think it's because I'm so present in what I'm doing, and that like I'm more focused on getting this, and I'm like drifting away on, letting my mind drift away on other thoughts, you know what I mean? Like doing my makeup keeps me more in the present moment. I don't know, whatever it is, it's some kind of wizardry. No, I'm just kidding. Well, my point is meditation. I think like there's a lot of misconceptions about meditation, and like people thinking that meditation has to be, oh, you stay really quiet, you have to be quiet and quiet your thoughts, and it's really, people will be like, oh, that's boring or whatever. But it's like, I meditate with music. Like, it doesn't have to be quiet at all. Like, meditation is about learning to observe your thoughts without reacting to them, without attaching yourself to the thoughts, without subscribing to the thoughts, right? It's like if you're, the best way I could describe it is like if you're laying down on the grass watching the clouds go by. Like, the thoughts are just clouds you're watching go by. You're not giving them your energy by engaging with them, right? You're not giving them more energy. You're just observing them and letting them, you'll start to see how when you don't engage with your thoughts, it just goes away. It's like, it's just passing through. It's just information passing through your mind. And almost like, are you going to subscribe to this thought or not? You know? And I mean, it's not going to be perfect at first, right? Like, it's hard. I struggled to do that at first. It's not something you become an expert in right away. But the important thing is to commit, keep showing up, keep doing it, even when it feels boring, even when it feels like you're not getting anywhere. Eventually, like, that's how I started, and I didn't like meditating at first. I hated it. It was too boring. I was like, what's the point of it? My thoughts are not shutting up. And I started with guided meditations, and that helped me at first, where I wasn't doing it myself. I was like letting someone else guide me, and that helped a lot. For a long time, I kept a playlist of different meditations, and whenever I needed to regulate my emotions, whenever I was having a stressful day that I just needed a moment to center myself, I would just stick one of those 5-10 minute guided meditations from YouTube and do what I was told, right? Because they normally tell you take a deep breath, do this, do that. That helped. And then eventually I started doing them myself. And then that's when I realized, oh, I could just do it with music. I could do it while singing, because I feel like a lot of our issues as a society are because we are not connected to ourselves. Actually, everything around us has been created to distract us from ourselves. If you notice that, even the news, the news is like always attacking our nervous system, right? There's always something to fear, always something to be scared about, to be concerned about, right? About our safety, about our well-being, or about our future. Media and stuff is made to distract us too, right? Because if you connect to yourself, if you become so connected with yourself that you become more aware, you become more self-aware of yourself and your patterns. And then what happens? That makes you want to be better. That makes you want to improve those patterns. So you become unable to manipulate with things, right? Because even though the world is scary, I'm not saying it's not. And I still have fears about the future. I definitely have fears about the future. I don't know where life is going. I don't know where this is taking me, and it scares me more than I like to admit. But what I do is I don't focus on the fear. I focus on the growth I've made. I focus on my joy. I love singing. I love practicing. I love hearing my voice improve. Like, I love showing up for myself. Those things I can control. I can take an edible and go to support my local community and go to a local restaurant, right? I can do those things. It's like, why am I gonna waste my time worrying about something I have no control over when I have so many things that I can control and that I can do well, that I can have fun with, that I can enjoy? I'd rather focus on that than on focus on the fear of, what if this doesn't work out for me? What if I fail? What if this? What if that? Like, I'm not subscribing to those thoughts. Why would I want to do that? That's not what I want. That's not what I want to bring into my life. That's not what I'm trying to achieve. So why would I give it my energy? It's what you give your energy to that you grow more, right? Wherever energy goes, energy flows, energy grows. What's that saying? I feel that's true. That's why. What, baby? I don't know if you can hear my cat. She sometimes meows. What, baby? not saying I'm fearless at all. A lot of the time I'm scared. And even I'm scared even doing the things that I love, like taking the step to take the lessons, to perform. That all scares me. But I still do it despite the fear, because I know that I just have to push through the fear to get to where I want to be. If I keep letting the fear stop me, I'm never going to get anywhere, you know? If I keep entertaining the fear, if I keep subscribing to the fear, it's going to keep me where I am. It's going to keep me stuck. But if I push through the fear, even though I go, like, even though I'm scared, I'm going to keep showing up for myself. I'm going to keep doing this. And then normally, once I pushed through, I realized the fear was a lot bigger in my head than I realized. It's always usually a lot bigger in my head than it actually turns out to be. Like, I build it up so much in my head that by the time I push through, I'm like, oh, that wasn't such a big deal. I don't know why I was making such a big deal about it. Because that's how our minds work. Like, our minds, I feel like my mind tries to use the past, like, to be like, see, like, it hasn't worked out for us before. And it's like, yeah, well, before I didn't believe in myself. I didn't, you know? Or like, just because in the past it hasn't worked out, it doesn't mean it's not going to work out. You know what I mean? Like, and also, in the past it hasn't worked out because I was doing things that were not aligned, that were not what I was meant to do either way. So that's why it didn't work out. But the more I've been focusing on this, I feel like more opportunities come my way, more things open up, because I'm doing what I feel I'm meant to do. And it's not perfect, but also I feel like I get confirmations through people, you know how I said people are mirrors. Like, people will mirror to me and they'll be like, oh, you sounded great, or oh my god, like, they'll compliment me, they'll give me feedback that, like, will basically, not that I need it, right, but it's almost like, okay, it's like confirmation, like I'm doing the right thing. Like, so far so good, you know? Whenever it starts to feel unaligned and in a way that almost like when I quit my old job or something like that, then I'll reassess, right? But so far, everything's working out. Things are flowing. Opportunities are arriving. So I'm just gonna keep going with it. And so far it hasn't done me wrong. And I've been doing this for 6 years now. So, well, like, following my intuition or just going within. I've been doing that for 6 years. And going within and following my intuition has never done me wrong. It's never failed me. It's only helped me grow, and my life has improved because of it. And it hasn't been easy. There's been fear, but that's part of the work, is facing those fears that I've been avoiding, the things within myself that I've just been brushing aside or trying to numb, with a lot of emotions that I've numbed or shoved inside. And it's about facing those things and releasing them, letting them go, because that's what was keeping me stuck, is those things, because they're like perceptions of people that I've accepted as my own, as, yeah, that's who I am, you know, people who make me feel like I'm not good enough or things like that. I accepted those things. I subscribed to those thoughts, and that stayed within me. So I've been releasing those things, and each time I release them, it's like more opens up for me, more opportunities. My life just feels more at peace, more regulation. My nervous system has never been more regulated. I've never been more at peace. Even though I still experience fear, I still experience emotions, but now I feel my emotions and let them move through me instead of numbing it, or instead of shoving them aside and not feeling them. I feel the feelings. And despite the fear, I continue to declare who I am. Like, yes, I feel the fear. Even when I'm afraid, I continue to trust myself. And I'll cry it out, and I'll even say, like, why is this happening? I just let it come out. And then, kind of like with the show, right? We had technical difficulties come up. We dealt with it, and we kept going. We didn't let that affect the show, affect our performance. So it's the same with life. So anyway, I'm gonna go do some shopping now. So have a great day, everyone.